If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Personally, I'm not an expert on superpowers or anything, but I would like to stop time. I would love to be able to stop time and experience eternity. So that's what we're going to do in this video today. We're going to learn how to have the superpower of stopping time and experiencing eternity. And we're also going to look into the reason why you might have this strange feeling that you don't quite belong here. You might have a strange feeling that you are a stranger in a strange land. When I was little, there was this TV show called Out of This World. And it was about this girl who was a teenager. I think when she turned 12 or 13, she learned that her father was an alien and her mother was from planet Earth. And of course, this caused a lot of drama in her life. So she would talk to her dad through this like crystal ball. And she had a superpower. And her superpower was when she put her fingers together, she could stop time. And as a kid, I don't know, for some reason that and nobody I talk to has ever heard of this show. So let me know if you've heard of this show. But as a kid, I loved this idea of being able to stop time. And I think there was a lot of reasons for it. Well, I think the main reason, like looking back on it now, was because I wanted to experience eternity. Because that's what it is. This show is a vague memory for me, but I just kind of remember maybe she would like fix things that were wrong. She would pause time and people would freeze, and then she would go around and fix things. But for me, I think as a sensitive kid, this idea of just being able to pause time and being able to process things and being able to think and being able to just experience peace and experience eternity, that sounded pretty amazing. I also like the idea of being able to sleep as long as I could in the morning. I would just pause time when my alarm went off and just sleep as long as I could and then start the time again, right? So anyway, today we're going to talk about, of course, a Course in Miracles lesson that's going to help us do this. This is still part of the playlist of A Course in Miracles lessons that help with anxiety. And I think this lesson in A Course in Miracles that we're going to talk about today, it really makes me think of that show. I have to do I didn't even research that show before this video. I really should do some research on that show and make sure that I sometimes feel like I made it up because nobody's ever heard of it. Okay, so Out of This World. So our Out of This World Course in Miracles lesson for today is lesson 182. I will be still an instant and go home. And I'm totally regretting I have this t-shirt that says be still. I should have worn that today. Anyway, for this video, I will be still an instant and go home. So we're going to go over this video. Oh, let's do our tapping before the lesson today. I said last time about how tapping is kind of like when my husband got a water pick and I was reading about, you can tell our age. Anyway, my husband and I got a water pick and I was reading about what the order that you're supposed to do it. And you're supposed to water pick before you brush your teeth because the water pick gets rid of all the stuff and helps your teeth absorb the toothpaste. That's what it said. So I feel like doing tapping is kind of like water picking and helping our body to absorb the lesson. Does that make sense? Since this video is really about being still, let's do the light touch technique before we go into the lesson, just like lightly touching on the pressure points to activate our parasympathetic nervous system and to open ourselves up to this lesson. So let's just tap, we'll just do it, the gentle touch on the be still part of the lesson. So I will be still, we're just going to start on the top of the head. We'll start in the karate chop. I will be still an instant and go home. And notice if there's parts of your body that resist this, it's fine. We're just observing it. Gently observing it, being the gentle observer. I will be still an instant and go home. I will be still in an instant and go home. I will be still an instant and go home. Top of the head. I will be still. Just the light touch. Inside the eyebrow. I will be still. Kind of like light to firm touch. Outside of the eye, I will be still. Under the eye, I will be still. Under the nose, I will be still. The chin, I will be still. Collarbone, I will be still. Under the arm, I will be still. Top of the head, I will go home. Inside the eyebrow, I will go home. Outer eye, I will go home. Under the eye, I will go home. Under the nose, I will go home. Chin, I will go home. Collarbone, I will go home. Under the arm, I will go home. Okay, so now that we're open to the lesson, let's go ahead and look at it. I will be still an instant and go home. Lesson 182. You can always read along with me or just listening is completely fine. The world you seem to live in is not home to you. So this is also going to address the idea of why you might feel like you are an alien in a strange land, why you might have this subtle feeling that you do not belong. I don't know. I laugh so inappropriately sometimes, but I laugh because I understand. So I tell my clients that sometimes I chuckle, but it's because I understand. And I have felt that way a lot of my life. I have felt that I do not belong here. I have felt that this is not quite my home. I think it led to, well, I'll tell you about it later. Okay, I will be still an instant and go home. This world you seem to live in is not home to you. And somewhere in your mind, you know that this is true. A memory of home keeps haunting you as if there were a place that called you to return, although you do not recognize the voice nor what it is the voice reminds you of. Yet still you feel an alien here, from somewhere all unknown. Nothing so definite that you could say with certainty that you are an exile here, just a persistent feeling. Sometimes not more than a tiny throb, at other times hardly remembered, actively dismissed, but surely to return to mind again. Like if you're quiet, is there a voice? Is there a soft voice that tells you where you belong? No one but knows whereof we speak. Yet some try to put their suffering in games they play to occupy their time and keep their sadness from them. Others will deny that they are sad and do not recognize their tears at all. Some others will maintain that what we speak of is illusion, not to be considered more than but a dream. Yet who, in simple honesty, without defensiveness and self-deception, would deny he understands the words we speak? We speak today for everyone who walks this world, for he is not at home. He goes uncertainly about an endless search, seeking in darkness what he cannot find, not recognizing what it is he seeks. 1,000 homes he makes, yet none contents his restless mind. He does not understand, he builds in vain. The home he seeks cannot be made by him. There is no substitute for heaven. All he ever made was hell. Remember, we go within. Heaven is within, not without. Perhaps you think it is your childhood home that you would find again. The childhood of your body and its place of shelter are a memory now so distorted that you merely hold a picture of a past that never happened. Yet there is a child, capital C, in you who seeks his father's house and knows that he is alien here. This child is eternal, with an innocence that will endure forever. Where this child shall go is holy ground. It is his holiness that lights up heaven and that brings to earth the pure reflection of the light above, wherein are earth and heaven joined as one. This is all about new earth, right? I wrote this last night as I was reading this. Claim our original innocence and deny evil's power over us. We're claiming our original innocence and denying evil's power over us. And isn't this interesting? This is inner child work, right? Child, though, capital C child. Interesting. Okay. It is this child in you your father knows as his own son. It is this child who knows his father. He does that. Remember, A Course in Miracles is written in the masculine because of the time that it was written in, so we could substitute the feminine. He desires to go home so deeply, so unceasingly. His voice cries unto you to let him rest a while. He does not ask for more than just a few instants of respite, just an interval in which he can return to breathe again the holy air that fills his father's house. You are his home as well. He will return, but give him just a little time to be himself, within the peace that is his home, resting in silence and in peace and in love. And here I wrote, stop thinking. In other words, stop thinking a little bit and let that inner child, let the inner Christ go home. This child needs your protection. He is far from home. He is so little. It's your job to take care of him or her. He is so little that he seems so easily shut out. His tiny voice so readily obscured. His call for help almost unheard amid the grating sounds and harsh and rasping noises of the world. Yet does he know that in you still abides his sure protection? You will fail him not. He will go home and you along with him. This child is your defenselessness, your strength. See, A Course in Miracles calls defenselessness. In your defenselessness, your safety lies. Your defenselessness is actually your strength. There's nothing to defend. He trusts in you. He came because he knew you would not fail. He whispers of his home unceasingly to you, for he would bring you back with him, that he himself might stay and not return again, where he does not belong, and where he lives an outcast in a world of alien thoughts. His patience has no limits. He will wait until you hear his gentle voice within you, calling you to let him go in peace along with you, where he is at home and you with him. Remember, we listen to the second voice. We don't listen to the first voice. The ego speaks first and speaks loudest. When you are still an instant, when the world recedes from you, when valueless ideas cease to have value in your restless mind, then you will hear his voice. So poignantly he calls to you that you will not resist him longer. In that instant, he will take you to his home. He will take you to his home, and you will stay with him in perfect stillness, silence, and at peace, beyond all words, untouched by fear and doubt, sublimely certain that you are at home. Rest with him frequently today, for he was willing to become a little child, that you might learn of him how strong is he who comes without defenses, offering only love's messages to those who think he is their enemy. He holds the might of heaven in his hand and calls them friend, and gives his strength to them, that he may see he would be friend to them. He asks that they protect him, for his home is far away, and he will not return to it alone. Christ is reborn as but a little child each time a wanderer would leave his home. For he must learn that what he would protect is but this child, who comes defenseless, and who is protected by defenselessness. Go home with him from time to time today. You are much an alien here. You are as much an alien here as he. Take time to lay aside your shield, which profits nothing, and lay down the spear and sword you raised against an enemy without existence. Christ has called you friend and brother. He has even come to ask your help in letting him go home today, completed and completely. He has come as does a little child who must beseech his father for protection and for love. He rules the universe, and yet he asks unceasingly that you return with him and take illusions as your gods no more. You have not lost your innocence. It is this for what you yearn. It is your heart's desire. This is the voice you hear, and that this is the call which cannot be denied. The Holy Child remains with you. His home is yours. Today he gives you his defenselessness, and you accept it in exchange for all the toys of battle you have made. And now is the way open, and the journey has an end in sight at last. Be still an instant and go home with him and be at peace a while. Be still an instant. So today, to take some time to claim your original innocence, be still an instant, claim your original innocence, deny evil's power over you. And yes, I call it evil, anything that is not of God. And I also saw the movie The Conjuring yesterday. It's the newest one out in the movie theater. I think it's Last Rites or something. And it's so weird because it was so in line with that Substack that I shared with you last time that I wrote 2 years ago about possession, which I'll put the link to it below. But it's about how, in the last video that I did was about how I talked about how those bad feelings, they have made a home in you. And in The Conjuring, they're getting evil spirits out of houses and things and people and stuff like that. They're like demon hunters. I love these types of things, like the paranormal. And it was like there was a quote in it when one of the demon hunter guys said, they have made a home in you. They have made a home in you. And I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. How aligned the synchronicities that are happening here. So yeah, they have made a home in you. And I think that my Substack is about that, about how those movies really have it down. They have read the Bible, like they have it down, how to get rid of the demons in the present moment, right? In the present moment, you deny their power over you. You deny their power over you. Okay, so I hope this was helpful today. I really wasn't planning on talking about demons, and like what I talked about last time, I am at home, fear is a stranger here, my body, my home. You are not welcome here. Any of those, the negative, unhelpful feelings. Okay. And what those movies are really about are denying evil's power. We deny evil's power. Anything that is not of God. I woke up this morning and like, any feelings that are not of God, I am not welcoming. Peace is my teacher. Peace is my teacher. Guilt is not my teacher. Fear is not my teacher. Peace is my teacher. Okay. So I hope this was helpful today. My name is Elizabeth Cermak, former psychotherapist turned coach, here to help sensitive people find their center and help bring the vertical more into this world. Okay, so go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos like this. This is still part of the playlist about A Course in Miracles lessons that are helpful for anxiety. So go ahead and subscribe below. Peace and love, and I'll talk to you guys soon.